And welcome back to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. I'm your host, Raider Will, and I am here with my Silver and Black Podcast family. Hey, I got my girl, Val. What's up, Val? What's going on? Hey, I got my boy Arlen from TBH Dallas.
What's up?
I got my boy Matty B from TBH Western Colorado.
What's up, fam?
What up, baby? Hey, and I'm your boy, Raider Will. That's all discombobulated. So, yo, let me get you recombobulated and let's get this show on the road. Guys, today we're going to talk about what? We got the 13th pick. There's a bunch of rumors saying that we're going to move up from 5 to 7. So, I have two questions for the boy. Hey, family. One is if we move up to 5 and 7, why do we move up into 5 and 7 and not into 1 into 3? And do you guys like that move? Now, who do you guys see if we go and grab that? Now, if we don't move up to 5 and 7, I know at 13, the top 3 picks at quarterback are going to be gone. So, and the combine just went. So, who do you guys see at that 13th spot being a position player that can come in and fill a spot of need on our roster? And you know what? Make a good 13th pick. Now, hey, and then we're going to wrap it up, okay, with saying, hey, Raiders are going to spend big money this free agency. Telesco already said, hey, we're going to spend more than I like. Who's the one guy that you guys see that we want to bring in on a contract and spend that type of money? I want to know. I want you guys to tell me. So, yo, let's start with the first question, guys. We're going to move up 5 to 7. You know, that I know that we're going to give up a lot less to move up there, but why move up to 5 to 7? Yo, all in, I'm going to start with you, bro. If you're moving up to 5 to 7, where do you see us moving on? And why? Why there and not move up to 1 to 3? And what player can we get there that you think is that valuable?
I'll be honest, dude. I have no idea. Unless they're thinking like you and it's multiple moves, right? Move up to 5. 5's more attractive than 13. You might entice the Bears or Washington to go get your guy. Unless they like one of these other quarterbacks that they don't believe will be there later. I think before 13, I think at least 4 are going to be off the board. I really do. If other teams don't move up and move around, I really think you could see 4 off the board by the time we pick at 13.
Okay.
If it's not quarterback, man, I'm not sure who they'd be going after. You know, a DB, an offensive tackle. I don't know.
I mean, there's got to be a madness, right?
Yeah.
And not going for those first 3, 4,
So
I'm curious what the Bears do, man. The Bears are really holding all the cards right now.
Dude, the Bears are taking Caleb Williams. They're taking either Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels.
I don't see why they would not stay with the number 1 pick. I mean, if you have 2 quarterbacks that you can choose from and keep one on the cheap and get a rookie, or hold on on the option and get the rookie, you got 2 you can choose from. Next year you can deal with them. What you talking about?
You're not dealing.
That ain't happening. They're not doing that, man. There's no.
You have to get rid of one because Justin Fields next year. He'd be a free
agent.
Yeah.
Fields ain't. Nah, ain't no way, man. Fields ain't staying with a rookie. I'm not buying that. His trade draft would be too low going into that, right? Right now, you're going to get the most for him. They're not gonna hang on to him and draft the guy.
So let me hit you with this.
I've heard that float around, so that's why I was just mentioning that, because
that would be fucking
both of them
wild.
Both there, and the only reason they say that is because, like you said, they hold all the cards. So they got a receiver.
Yeah,
they can hold all the picks they had last year. Trade down and still get a bunch of weapons to go with either one of them. And they can sort through whichever quarterback they wanted. You take Caleb Williams at 1, you're starting at day 1. So
There's no if you do that, there's no market for Justin Fields because quarterback spots will be filled.
Let me hit you with this. Okay, the more the Bears wait, the longer they wait, the less the value of Justin Fields becomes. Okay,
Agreed.
so I mean, like you're gonna see a lot of stuff start happening right now during free agency. We're gonna see guys get signed. We're gonna see positions get filled. And I'm telling you right now, Tampa Bay is re-signing Baker Mayfield. Okay, everything indicates in my mind that that Baker is going back to Tampa. Okay,
It
Mike
is,
Evans
but I
didn't
heard
resign.
So,
Go ahead.
I heard his
so
he's not budging on his side of the contract, so
It's hey again. He doesn't have to budge. You tag him. That Tampa Bay right now is
they
on the
can't
rise.
tag him. It's
They can't
past.
tag him.
No,
yeah,
it's
this
you can't
past,
tag
this
players
past
anymore.
last
It's
week.
over.
Mm.
Yeah,
No,
I,
today I think was the last day.
like Monday, I
oh,
think. It was Monday.
so I think one. I
Sunday.
think they're going to
Sunday
go
was this
all
week.
in on him. Okay, and they're going to give him an offer that you know what. I don't think very many other teams are going to try to match.
No,
And
not
that's
if it's 30 a year.
what I don't know. I just don't see another team coming in that strong on him. So let's say, okay, Matt, you know what? As small as that possibility is that you said, it is a possibility for them to keep Fields and say, hey, you know what? We know we're going to lose him to free agency next year. We'll have our guy sit here and mature behind this guy. You know, have him look at the ropes. If Justin doesn't work out for us, yeah, we just let him go.
Well, then,
And,
like
and
you guys
you know what?
said,
That is a
they're holding the
possibility.
cards. They're holding the cards. So until we know if they trade Justin Fields, you know they're holding on to the number one pick. If they keep Justin Fields all the way up to draft day, you know they have that
Wait.
possibility of trading. You know, or I mean, they may not even wait that long. It's probably going to go into like free agency or something like that before they trade that pick. But if they
All right.
hold it up, you know they're going to stay with that pick. You know, so
So
I
Matt,
just
let me ask you this,
don't.
okay?
The reason I don't see us moving all the way up to number one is I think it's going to be too much capital for us to just jump up that far. So in order to get up there with the draft day or the combine that just happened, there was a lot of good quarterbacks. There was even what's
Absolutely.
that? You know, there was even a couple like younger dudes, guys that weren't really mentioned that did pretty good. You know, so they could be looking at somebody totally different, like J.J. McCarthy or Phoenix. You know,
And that's
because
where
Thomas
I can
Jr.
see at five and
injury,
seven. I can see.
if they're moving up to 5 and 7, I think those are the guys they're targeting because unless one of those other guys fall to, but I don't really see that happening. So that's
No,
the only reason I
so
see
you
us
know
moving
what?
up to 5 and 7. I don't know if you'd move up to
I
5 and 7 and still have the capital to move from there to the top three. After you move from there,
well, here's the thing. Okay, it's just like Colin said though. Okay, once you got the 5 pick is a lot more enticing than the 13th pick. If you have like you know what, I give you the fifth and a little bit more, and you're only dropping 2 picks. Yay! You know, you're more enticed to say, hey, you know what, it's a better deal. Now, I agree with you in the fact that if you're moving up to 5 and 7, I think we're looking at J.J. McCarthy. We're looking at a Michael Penix. I don't know if Michael Penix has played enough or did well enough in the combine to jump from the early second round all the way into the upper echelon of the first. But I did hear that Bo Nix did not have a very good combine, and he actually didn't have good meetings, and he's dropping down the charts. But I think you hit the nail on the head, Matt. I think if we go to 5 and 7, we're really looking at taking JJ McCarthy. I think that's a solid look at saying that's the only quarterback that would be at 5 and 7. What do you think, Owen?
I'm not sure you got to go up to get McCarthy that high. He didn't have a very good combine throwing either, right?
you'd have to get. I
So
think you'd have to get above Denver at least to get him. I think Denver is eyeballing him. So if he falls to Denver, Denver's taking him.
maybe, or Bo Nix. I mean, Bo Nix,
I
I
don't.
feel like fits
So
the
Yeah, but
scheme.
I just see him. I don't know.
Penix fits Sean Payton too.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
Penix does. That is true. And you're right. And that might be saying, hey, but again, and a lot of people were saying this, okay, that if Michael Penix did not have all these injuries that, people didn't
He
know
wouldn't be a
everything that
top five
he had,
pick.
he'd be a top 5 pick this
Yeah, and I don't think the combine showed anything that nobody knows about Penix, right? The dude throws a beautiful ball, right? He's accurate and he's got a cannon. I
year.
mean, we all knew that from watching him play.
Man, there was
So
another
So,
cat
I don't.
too that I was watching, and I can't remember what his name was, but man, he was pretty good too.
are you
Then I
talking
have to
about
look.
the one that threw it about 60 yards or 70 yards?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the Tennessee guy,
The
ain't it?
yeah,
Tennessee
the
kid.
Tennessee Balls guy. Balls guy.
Milton.
Milton. Yeah,
The guy
that's who
that
Milton.
it
looks,
was.
dude, hey, I'm telling you like this. If you were to look at a picture and say, yo, that guy looks like an athlete, that dude looks like a straight out monster. I'd be like, I think he's all 6'5",
Dude, that's
235 or
Roethlisberger
something like that.
stats, bro. Like that's
Dude,
Roethlisberger baby.
he's huge. And I'd be like, when he threw that ball, bro, I don't know about y'all, but did you see him? He waited. He was back there. He's like, bro, you ain't deep enough yet. Okay, boom. And I was like, oh. Yeah, that thing hit, like, he threw it from the 10 and it hit on the 15 on the other side
Yeah.
with the receiver in stride. I mean, like, I can see us getting behind some of that in the second round. Hey, but I'm going to tell you like
Maybe.
I
this.
see us getting him in
At
the first round.
13,
I was just he looked good. He did
no,
look good,
he did. He
but
did. So
I
at
sort of took my
13,
pissed off
I'm
that
going to,
we threw him that far.
hey, did you see that left tackle out of Oregon? Dude,
He's a big
Yeah,
boy.
yeah,
bro,
dudes,
I be like, hey, there's some dudes in this draft
dude.
that
So
I was highly impressed.
that's why they were saying like if we were to move up to 5 or 7, it would be an easier target because this draft is so heavy with offensive linemen. All those guys that you could trade with in that spot are all looking for offensive help. So
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna stick to my gun. What I've been saying for months now. I've had a feeling, man. They're gonna figure out how to get into that top three and fucking get Daniels.
So
I
so
have a
do you
feeling
so
they
you
will too.
okay?
I really do, man. I don't know what it's gonna.
Do you think
I
this
don't
is
know
part of the
how.
strategy? Do you think this is part of the strategy?
Yeah, it absolutely could be for sure.
Because
For
you
sure.
have to entice them somehow. You ain't gonna
Right.
get the number 3 pick or the number 2 pick for nothing.
You got to, man. If you want Jaden Daniels, you're gonna have to figure out. Yeah,
So
Washington. You're gonna have to get
player.
Washington
So,
or Chicago to move.
so if you had to trade to get to that spot and they wanted a player along with some picks, what player would you trade? Would you be willing to trade to get up to that spot?
I Man, I don't know that I.
If
I
they're asking
mean,
for like a Devontae Adams or something like that, and you trade the Devontae Adams with the package
no,
to move up to number one.
they're not trading Adams, Max. They're not trading either one of those guys. Absolutely not. I mean, they got DJ Moore last year in the trade, and I don't think he's on Adams level at all.
So you maybe in Jacoby Myers then? Can you see us getting into him?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see that.
I could see
yeah.
Renfro
I mean,
gone.
it may not take. I mean, it may not take a player. It may take an extra pick or something. Um, you know,
So
we'll see. But I just got a feeling it's we're gonna make some big news.
I
so
think
that's
if we
what
hit,
so that's where I'm asking. Do you guys think this is really part of the larger strategy? If we come in to say, hey, we're moving up to 5 and 7, this is just smoke and mirrors. Like, yo, now we got a 5 and 7 pick that we probably gave up a
No,
lot
5 to
less.
7. You're not getting both. The rumor
Well,
is
that's what I'm
they
saying.
want to 5 through 7. So five,
Okay,
6, or 7.
5, 6, or 7. You got 5, 6, or 7. Okay, now that's a lot better than 13. You probably
Right.
gave up a lot less to move up six spot or the 3-6 spots that you moved up. Okay, let's say about that. You gave up a lot less. You probably gave up your first round, your second round next year, and maybe a third rounder the year after that.
No,
I mean,
actually,
like, or a player. Go ahead.
so what I seen with the Chargers trade earlier today was we would trade them a first round, swap first rounds this year, and a third round pick this year, and then next year they would get a 1 and a 2 would be the pick to
Ooh,
move up to that spot.
Man, I
That's
don't.
that's the
Here's my
trade
thing.
that I
Why
seen.
why why even fuck around with that, right? Because that's not much less than what Carolina gave up to go get the one spot last year. That's
yeah.
fucking
So
just
I
then
don't. I
sweeten
just
the
don't
give
give
up
deal.
that
that
up.
extra. So
Just
then just give up that extra
just
2 this year, and then that maybe if they ask for a player, maybe a Myers or something along those lines. But
I just
I
sweeten
mean,
the deal, man.
yeah,
Hmm.
And for the Bears, just sweeten the deal and go get what you want.
right,
Right? Everything has a price,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Eh, Fucking I mean, if Jaden's your dude, call Chicago, say check it out. What is your price? Or call Washington. Hey, we know you're interested in this guy. What's your price to
I
fucking
heard
get up there?
Washington's content, bro. Washington's
Well, Washington's still
content to sit at
New
2,
England. New
and they're
England
not
is
moving.
talked about. They've talked about New England moving. Um,
I
and
could
they
see us
talked
trading with
about
New England if
Arizona. If certain shit falls a certain way, they could move, and then everything from that point on.
the only way Arizona
Happens.
moves, in my opinion, is if Harrison Jr. is off the board.
That's what I was going to say. Like if Harrison Jr. somehow gets off the board, that's the only way that Arizona's moving out of that spot.
Then
So
then Caleb falls to Washington, and fucking we could swoop into
we
3 and
should
take fucking Jaden.
Daniels. Yeah,
So both of you guys are on the train that we're gonna pick up Daniels. We're just making a move right now.
I think it's all Harrison.
I
Like
think
this is fucking. This
I
is
think we're
this is
just
Greener
talking,
season.
man.
Bro. This is Greener season. So
All right.
you have to take everything on the grain of salt that you're hearing right now. When it comes down to
So
what spots we're
now, how
going
many shots
to.
of tequila do we need to take to make sure that we are getting the right information?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
just. I mean, sort of like Adam Schefter, man. Pay attention to him. Pay attention to Garoppolo. Those guys like that are the guys you want to listen to. You
yeah,
listen to the
right.
other guys say, I have insider information. Those guys are blowing smoke up your ass.
Hey,
Usually.
everybody, hey, I know the janitor. Trust me. He saw a piece of trash that his cousin's cousin sent him, and he took a picture of it, and it had a piece of gum that said, "Yo, Jaden Daniels doesn't want to be drafted in the NFL by this team." I said, "What?" I, you know what? At the end of the day, guys, like we talked about it. Jaden Daniels can say, "Hey, I don't want to get drafted by this team. I don't want to go here," but he doesn't have that much power. He just doesn't have that type of pull to be like, "Yo, I don't want to
Eli
go there and
Manning did.
play."
Yeah, that's well, you said it,
John
Manning.
Elway did.
Manning, okay,
John Elway
right?
did too. I mean, John Elway did the same thing.
But John Elway
Didn't
could
John
play
Elway go
baseball.
back to college?
Yeah, he
Oh
played
yeah, he had the
baseball.
baseball
He
thing. That's
played
right.
baseball. Yeah.
Jaden Daniels doesn't
Bo
have
Jackson
baseball.
went back to college. Now, if they went
Yeah,
to the
Bo Jackson.
combine but they don't have an agent, can they go back to college?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's a
Because I
good
know
question,
if you hire an agent, it's a wrap. You can't go back.
and I think that's where it's
So
at.
it's like
Like
an
you can
unrestricted
go.
free agent. So like that would be like the guys that get picked up that aren't agent signed. So yeah, I guess you'd have the chance to go back to college because I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
But
how that
I
works.
doubt that Jaden Daniels doesn't have an agent.
Yeah, I don't know. So he was on a
no,
like
I'm not saying
a
Jaden Daniels
live.
doesn't have an agent. I'm just saying like people in
No, I mean like
general.
but I'm just saying he has an agent. Let's
Right.
just be real. He has an agent
He
already.
he was on a live with Brandon Ayuk and some other dude, and the other dude brought up the Raiders, and he didn't really speak on it, but who knows what was said off camera.
Yeah.
Because I saw a little clip of it
Speaking of
earlier.
that, this kind of leads into our next segment, I guess, or some next shit. But like, I also seen the shit going on with the whole, what's his name, Chris Jones too. Some rumor speculation going on there too. You guys get that
Dude,
shit?
everybody, I heard that rumor speculation that we're definitely gonna be making some strong offers to
So
Chris Jones.
what happened on Instagram, I guess, is fucking. So he said, someone said that, or I think it was Adam Schefter or one of those dudes. Okay, it was Adam Schefter or Garrett Fuller. One of those two dudes came out on NFL Network and reported that I think it was Garrett Fuller, that there was interest, or the Chiefs don't sign uh, Jones to a long-term contract, so they didn't give him that. They didn't tag him. So if they don't come up with a long-term agreement with him, then he's looking into playing for AFC West rival. And I asked him who it was, and he wasn't. He was kind of beating around the bush, and then he said that it might be for the team that he played the last game for, or the one that he played for the last game. That could be that team. He's like, I'm not trying to say anything, but it's the name I'm talking about, you know. And then there was a bunch of like shit going around Twitter or X or whatever you call it now. Like their fans, Chief fans, saying if this happens, you're dead to us, you know. Sign the contract, this and that. And then he replies with a handshake, you know, like kind of like pissing these fans off and shit, you know. And then there's little emojis here and there that he's kind of tweeting out. People are like, "Fuck, he's going to the Raiders." Like, you know, just a bunch of decent shit to be thrown out. So,
Man, my only thing with
like I
him
said, it's
is
all
what
bullshit.
is he
It's all
30
rumor
yet?
season. I think he's
Yeah,
28,
Is
he's
he,
getting
he
to
29.
that age.
is
29.
he 29? Yeah, so at that point, do you want to go with him or do you want to go with Wilkins? I think they're going to
Or
sign a big piece to
or
pair with
Matabuke.
Max.
I mean,
No, he's
Matabuke,
did they
tagged.
tag him?
he's tagged.
Did they
Yep.
tag
He's
him?
tagged.
Okay, I didn't know if they tagged him or not. I haven't heard anything about him yet. So
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere. Baltimore ain't dumb.
No.
is
So,
it a
like, I'll
non-exclusive
tell
tag?
you like this. Yeah, he is.
Because
No, they're all
because he can
shit.
tag somebody. He
Lamar
just
was
got
the
tagged
only
to another team or whatever.
man. I
No,
think
that was
Lamar's the only
Janarius
one to
Sneed.
ever get that deal.
Janarius Sneed was offered that deal.
Oh, okay.
Janarius Sneed got tagged, and he can tag and like seek a trade, but not Chris Jones. Not and Buke is like, yo, they don't even want him talking to nobody.
Okay.
No, can Snead talk? I saw that they tagged him, but they would listen to trade offers, but I didn't see anything about him being
Yeah.
able to talk.
So that's what I heard. I heard that he's able to talk. Like
Mhm.
they signed him, but they're so that's why I found that interesting that they signed him, but then they're like, yo,
Well,
you
they
can
didn't
seek a
sign him; they
trade.
just tagged him.
Well, they tagged him, but then they said, hey, you can seek a trade. So why? And for me, I'm like, you already got a tagged guy, paying him the maximum amount of money at that position. Why am I gonna sign him? I'm like, why am I not just gonna let you ride with that contract?
They don't want to
Yeah,
I
try
mean,
to hold out. Chiefs
well,
are
I
worried,
mean,
bro. They
like
got all
it.
these big contracts coming up, and people are starting to realize it, man. They went in all these free agents, man. Why do you think they can afford all these free agents every year? Every time someone gets released, oh, they go to the Chiefs, so they do this, they do that. They got all these contracts out right now, and
yeah, but
to let players go eventually.
signing players when they get released is a little different because if you get them off waivers, you're picking up their deal, which may not be great. Some of these contracts they picked up ain't shit.
Yeah,
Right.
and I mean, like, so what the Chiefs have done is they've managed their salary cap really smart. I mean, like, they've really managed to be like, yo, you know what, pick up quality pieces at a dirt cheap price because, like, remember when they picked up McCoy because everybody thought that McCoy was like done. He had a couple good seasons there. Guys like that, like Watkins, that they picked up. I mean, like, so they keep getting these guys that come in and, like, they produce for them at a cheaper price. Now, what you're saying is right. They have a bunch of contracts coming up. Now, Kelsey, I don't know if he's going to come back. They got to look at replacing him. They got a lot of dudes that they got to look at
He's
to
up
say,
there in
hey,
age though too, man. He could be one
he's
of those guys that
34.
are. looking at retiring at the end of
Kelsey's
next year or
Dude,
two.
at
no,
35,
yeah,
dude,
a couple years. He's still
just
got a
look
year
at
at
it though,
least.
dude.
Yeah, he's still
Nah,
got a
dude,
year
at
or two in him.
35 years old, at 35 years old is when tight ends start going down. Gonzalez, all the great tight ends, bro, at 35 years old is when they're turning point.
Yeah,
So
but they
just
said that
look at it
about
like that.
quarterback. They said that about quarterbacks too. And look at Tom Brady. I mean, you can't tell me that Jason Kelsey doesn't take care of his body, dude.
Bro, you said
Dude
Tom
takes care of
Brady,
it. No, I'm just saying, like
you said Tom
when you're
Brady.
talking positions, look at no, listen to me. This is what I'm getting at. So you're saying like, yeah, at 35, you're going to start declining, blah. Yeah, you do. They said that about Tom Brady too. At 35, he's going to start declining. He's going to start, and he kept going. He kept care of his body. If Travis Kelsey keeps his body in shape and stays away from the hits, how many hits does that dude take a year? How many fucking hits does that dude take a year? Not very
A
many.
lot. Dude, oh,
Big
what?
hits. Bro, I haven't seen Travis
Dude,
Kelsey get laid out in fucking forever. Yeah, he might take a one or two little hits
did you
here in a
not see
game,
him
but
get
I
flipped
ain't
over
see
this
that
year?
dude. He's a big
He
dude,
got
bro.
flipped over.
Yeah,
Being a big dude
one
is a
time
big
he
thing.
got flipped over in his whole career like that. Like
No, bro, I'm just saying like this.
you take
Tom
care of your
Brady took
body,
a
you can
lot less
last a lot
hits.
longer than
Matt, you're 35, right?
yeah.
Okay. Yo, when you go work out, homie, okay,
Mhm.
you've been working out.
Mhm.
So tell me like this, at 35 years old, are you still walking around as perky as when you were 27?
I like to think I am.
Yo, that's all I
No,
gotta
no,
say.
no,
Hey,
no, you're
cause
right.
I know,
But I'm just saying,
hey,
hey,
all I
but
hear
I
is this.
haven't been
Hey,
working out. But think about this, though. I haven't been working out and keeping my body as healthy as he has, though, for the last fucking 10, 15
yeah,
years either.
you also haven't been getting your ass whooped for the past 15 years on a constant basis
Fuck,
for
dude.
50
Go
weeks.
get a fucking harness and put fucking 110 pounds and go fucking climb a fucking beam fucking 200 feet in the air and tell me you ain't taking no fucking
That's
damage.
that's different type though. You know what I'm saying?
Savage.
That's different. We're not saying
I
like
should be
yo. So
retired
that's
by
what I'm saying.
now, bro. Fucking with the shit I went through.
You are retired, bro.
It is.
Yo, but again, I think at that age they just need to make that change. Now, okay, yo, we talked big time free agent, right? Matt already brought in Chris Jones. All in. Who's your big time free agent you'd like to see come in? I mean, like we got the money. We're gonna have about $45 million in salary cap space. I mean, like right
I
now,
think still think it's going to be either a big name like Jones, Wilkins. Now Devin White's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Devin White's a good linebacker. You still got Jair Alexander. Jalen Johnson got tagged by the Bears, so he's off. Yeah, I mean there's some studs
give
out
me a
there,
name.
man.
Give me a name. One name. Give me your guy that you're like, yo, this guy. I
I
want
think
to
I
see him
think
bring
they're
him in.
prioritizing a guy next to Max. I think it'll be Jones or Wilkins.
I,
I don't know which. It's just going to come down to,
It's going
to,
to come
to
down to one
money
of
at the
those
end of
two.
the day.
hey,
Whatever's
I'm just,
Wilkins,
available.
I've seen Wilkins. Wilkins, they're saying 25 a year.
dude. I'm there, bro. I'm giving
What's
Wilkins the
Jones asking
cash.
for?
I'm going pow, 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 and I'm
I
gonna
haven't seen
give him the
nothing on
cash,
Jones.
bro. At 25 for Wilkins, it's a steal. Okay, we're gonna get a guy that's younger. We got
I don't
about,
know about a steal. That's fucking half our cap.
bro, but we're about to go up. We're about to go about another 30 mil. Okay, we
Right.
got 25 mil wrapped up. We get this guy at 25 mil a year. We got that cash right there. You're putting a guy next to Max probably for the second end of his career, that are both going to be dogs that work hard. Bam. I love it. I love that thought. I'm there with that on Wilkins. I think that's going to be awesome. Yo, let's
Yep.
move on to the last part of our show. And yo, Val, let us know what TBH Spokane got going on this August 17th. Do you already know? I'm going to tell you. Yo, hey, guys, TBH Spokane, TBH Seattle, TBH Portland is having a summer bash event August 17th. You guys should hit them up. let them know that you guys want to get out there. If you guys are in that northwest area of the United States, come out with the Black Hole, come out with the Raiders family, come up with everybody. Hey, the Silver and Black Radio podcast will be there. I'll be there. Tony B will be there. We're going to make sure to have some people out there representing and having some fun. Hey, it's all about. Go ahead. What's up, Val?
No, I said I might go.
Oh, Val might be there. So, y'all, hey, hit our people up. Yo, you guys already know. I got my boy Matty B. I got my boy All In. I got my girl Val. Yo, if you guys want to hit us up, I know that a lot of you have been hitting us up on YouTube. Click like, subscribe, make sure to share. Yo, it's all about one team, one nation. It's all about the
Raiders.
Raiders. Let's go, baby.